Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Meeple has landed.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Vitruvian Meeple's production of Echoes of the Undying, a Cypher System fantasy campaign. Let's see if I can get my tongue untied. That would be great. I am your host, Trevor the Vitruvian Meeple, here as always with Matt, Julie, Ray, Patrick, and ECAT for episode 8 of chapter 2 of Echoes of the Undying. This one comes pre-titled as The Red in Your Ledger. So last time, our intrepid heroes had made it to the foot of Mount Verkbar and spent the episode scaling the Iron Path, which was a rickety old set of staircases and gangplanks and whatnot up the side of Verkbar, because the Great Lift that would normally take you up Verkbar in mere moments had been taken over by some kind of weird oily viney growth thing. And that, believe it or not, was the least of their worries. So, at the end of last section, they made it to the top of Verkbar and stood before the high gate, and it is there that we will pick up right now. The high gate doesn't just open. It yields with a sound like a choir of dying cellos. As you step across that threshold, you are swallowed by a vertical industrial hellscape. The air here isn't air. It's a pressurized soup of sulfur, ozone, and oily ash that settles in your lungs and stays there. Verkbar's smelting district is a dizzying lattice of iron catwalks, steam pipes as thick as Leviathan ribs, and gantries that hang over glowing orange abysses that spew enough heat that the frigid climate outside is instantly dispelled. The unnaturally blank faces on most of the gnomes that walk these structures send chills down your spine. What unnerves you even more, however, are the armed patrols of Imperial foot soldiers. Verkbar has proudly and fiercely held itself independent from Imperial rule for centuries. Why now? Is this all connected somehow, or just an extremely unfortunate coincidence? And even more unsettling, which one of those is actually worse? Tikheedle. The hum that has been scratching at your mind is suddenly a physical pressure. You aren't just hearing it, you are feeling the district scan for you. The city isn't just listening. It's finally found the note it needs to finish the song. You have one lead to follow, the bar that your cousin Tacoma mentioned in the recording you heard in the maintenance shed. Looking around, you doubt you're going to get any help from most of the locals, and you all know better than to engage Imperial troops if at all possible. If you're going to find the Ledger of Reclamations, you're going to have to find the fossil and gear on your own. But you also know you don't have a lot of time. The longer it takes, the more likely it is that an Imperial patrol, or, gods forbid, whatever is controlling that signal, will stumble upon you. What are you waiting for? What do you do?
Say, he was waiting for the GM to finish the exposition.
Monologue.
We love you. Have another beer.
And wrap it around my face as some sort of like pollution protectant thing, and tuck my symbol down my robes.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but like walking up those stairs wasn't that bad. I could bounce an arm off my butt right now. This is awesome. Wait, what?
Yeah, you certainly got your steps in today. Tequila and Hereward probably about twice what the others did, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, we're shorter, so
Right.
the air only tastes like ash.
Okay, I'm a fire mage, and this is like because it's like unclean fire.
Yep.
It's just yuck.
Yeah, this is actually Seraphina. Make me a difficulty 3 perception magic
Intelligence because I haven't taken perception yet.
You can use magic training for this.
Okay.
Nice.
Ooh.
I will take that.
Yep. So you specifically get 2 very competing feelings from this. Yes, it is very unnatural fire. The air is, as I said, thick with all sorts of pollutants, all sorts of ash. The whole place feels a little daunting and a little heavy. But somewhere back in the back of your mind, something about not the city itself, but the feeling of it almost feels familiar to you. You can't place it. It's more like an instinctual. It's kind of deja vu of having deja vu. It's that kind of distancing, but just something in the back of your skull is buzzing that this feels. And the more you think about it, it's not just familiar. It almost feels comfortable.
Can I keep this to myself while I'm mulling over?
All right, I want Tequila to tinker
Okay.
with the ornithopter, specifically the crystal.
Okay.
Either mentally, depending on what the connection is, but I want to take this idea, this vision of this gear, and program it into the crystal to use its dowsing rod, whatever capacity, to help guide us towards there.
Okay. So that is going to be a fairly difficult task because you don't know where the fossil and gear is. That's going to be a difficulty.
What is it called?
The fossil and gear.
Oh, fossil and gear.
That's going to be a difficulty 5. It will be an intellect roll, but I'm sure you can throw tinkering stuff at it, so sell me.
All right. Where the fuck are you? There you are. Okay, no. I can definitely throw tinkering in there, but given the ethereal nature of some of this, can I throw in any magic training as well?
Sure, because you're trying to kind of tap into those energy eddies that are currently, and so actually before you do that, make me a difficulty 3 just magic training roll. And remember, you can put effort into these. Oh,
Don't need it.
okay. So you can try to do this. However, if you fail, or possibly even if you succeed, you don't know. Whatever this is that is searching for you, this will kind of this will make you easier to spot. So I will leave it up to you whether you wish to do that or not.
How out of place do we all look where we are in our current environment?
Pretty extremely.
Uh-huh.
Most of the people here are obviously gnomes. There are like I said, the roving Imperial patrols who are human. Thankfully, there are enough nooks and crannies in the various passageways and catwalks and what have you that it will not be too difficult to hide from the Imperials. But the further you go and the longer you take, the more you're kind of racing that clock. And we're going to use a mechanism that I don't know if we've ever used in CYPHER before. I know we haven't used it in this campaign, called Horror Mode, which is anytime a player rolls a GM intrusion, and I'm going to say that this includes if you re-roll it, then the threshold for a GM intrusion goes up by 1. So it's regular GM intrusion on a 1 until someone hits 1, and then it's GM intrusion on a 2 or 1. Then a 1, 2, or 3. And so on and so forth. Up to a maximum, I'm going to say, of 5. So, Tikidal, what would you like to do?
Can I just, by the way, apologize for whatever it is that I did to make you do this to us? Obviously, it's my fault.
It usually is.
Oh, no.
Not
No.
the beard ever again.
Patrick, I have not yet begun to fuck with you.
Yay?
Don't. Ray, don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. I'm fine.
This is absolutely one of those when the DM smiles, it's already too late moments.
So, Tikidal very uncharacteristically and a bit hurried / spastically rallies the troops. And you see this little gnome going, "Come here!" And you can tell Tikidal, upon outward appearance, Tikidal is about a step or a step and a half away from "Mommy, Daddy, I'm vibrating," and not for something good. And he tries to make eye contact with everyone. Voices in my head, these are the... Okay.
That's the beak. The eyes are a little higher. Thank you. Yes.
These are the thoughts in my head.
Guys?
Yes.
I don't know what, and I certainly don't know how, but something here wants me, turns to Hereward, not like that. And we need to find this. And he can see it, but he doesn't exactly know the word, but just some kind of cog or piece of equipment. I don't know. I don't even know what it is, but I've got to find it. And I've got to use whatever way that I can figure out in order to get it. Now, if we try to lay low, he points outward, I don't think they're going to let us. He pulls out the ornithopter. I'm going to use this to try to use it as a homing beacon to get where we need to go. Can you cover me?
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah, let's find ourselves a niche to hide in while you're working.
Okay. All right. So yes, this will be a difficulty 5. You can, between there's your problem and all the other crap you've got, you can just go ahead and make it a there's your problem roll because you're trying to figure out how to do this.
That's true. Yeah, and I'm specialized.
Yes.
Okay. Now then, what do I have? I've got that. This is... Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, very good. I am topped off there. So, okay. We're going to put in, starting off with 2 levels of effort.
Okay.
Can I get an asset for basically being in my race's homeland? And like all of this is of Verkbar. If this is going to work, it's because I'm a gnome where gnomes are, and all of this is like tuned to the same frequency.
I'm gonna say no, because for a combination of 2 reasons. 1, you've never been here before, and 2, you are also trying to keep in mind the fact that you actually don't want to tune into the city too much as it were, because the city's gunning for you.
Figured I'd ask.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Yep.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you have your ornithopter. You have fed as much information as you could possibly think of about the fossil and gear. Everything you can remember from what Tacoma said into the scout bot. And you let it go. Now, are you controlling it, or are you asking it to find the thing for you?
I am asking it to hone in. So basically, I want to use it for its dowsing purpose.
Okay.
Its, capabilities.
Sure.
Rather than sending it out to be intercepted.
So I think because this is a not only a new use, but this is like another step beyond what you've been doing. I am going to ask for this to be a player intrusion, which will basically cost you an XP to have it work.
Okay. I see. Okay. So, what do? Just drop mine by 1?
Yeah, just take away 1 XP.
You got it. Done.
Okay. And it starts to lead you through down a number of catwalks and gangplanks and whatnot, and we are going to do this as a series of vignettes. So what we will do is I will set the scene for each one. I will tell you what the role is that you will have to make, and then you will each have 1 action to do something to prepare you and or the rest of the party for that roll. Understood? Okay. As you make your way down one of the catwalks, the path forward isn't a solid floor, but a series of rusted iron grates suspended over the howling emptiness of the district's central canyon. Wind whips through the gaps beneath your boots, and as the siphons overhead pulse with harvested energy, the grates themselves vibrate with a sickening magnetic pull. One slip doesn't just mean a bruised knee. It means fighting the updrafts and the machine's hunger to avoid a miles-long descent into the glowing forges below. The mechanic here is a difficulty 4 might defense roll. So I will ask in order, Howard, what are you doing to prepare, like I said, yourself and or the party for this?
It's metal catwalks that are kind of vibrating and unsteady.
And not, they are both vibrating and unsteady, and also there's something that's on, something that is pulling you down almost like a magnet. You feel, you know, it's like walking through, like, back in the Fenlands, after like a really, like a day or so after a really, really nasty rain, when everything was still mud, but it was just solid enough that it's like, you know, you took a good chance of losing your boot every step you took. That's what this reminds you of. Except there's no muck and there's no rain. It's just the feeling of trying to walk on this thing.
But the body remembers.
Yeah.
And it's like taking gliding steps.
Kind of, yeah.
So, I mean, normally Hereward would, like, go first and kind of steady the way for everybody, but he can't do that because Takeedle needs to be guiding us. So, I think he says it. It's like, it feels like we're walking in mud. Tread lightly.
Okay.
Glide your steps. Don't plant your feet.
Serafina.
Well, I can't help everybody else with this, unfortunately, but I am going to use hover to just get myself up so that I don't worry about tripping, slipping, falling, and what have you, which will hopefully help me. If I don't do those things, then I'm not going to fall into somebody, which could send them plummeting to their deaths.
So your hover, it works, but not nearly as effectively as it normally does. Something here is, it's almost like a localized gravity phenomenon.
No, I'm only going for like a couple of inches,
Yep.
you know, maybe 4 inches at the most, just enough that I can just kind of smoothly just.
You're getting 1, maybe 2.
Okay.
Takeedle.
I'm already light and delicate, so I should be just fine, right?
You may feel free to make that assumption.
Assumption. I'm like, I don't have.
At some point, I'm going to use
What
that and have it
detritus
actually
is-
be correct.
I'm sorry.
I said, at some point, I'm going to use that offer of you may feel free to make that assumption and actually have the assumption be correct.
Yeah. Or will we get a clue?
Just to completely fuck with us.
Is there any detritus around us on our trek?
Not of any sizable nature.
God damn it. How can I make snowshoes out of copper wire and old bolts in order to stabilize this if there isn't any detritus.
I mean, you have your toolkit, but trying to do that in one round is going to be extremely difficult.
I know, but I'm just trying to think of anything that I can do, and it would be to tinker something to regard. So, I mean, the only thing, what is, when we look in the direction that we're going, what is the perceived depth of where this is leading?
So this is leading. Vertbar is kind of almost an inverted cone of circular levels, kind of like floors at a hotel.
Okay.
But there are no straightforward ways to get from one to the next. There are all of these. I mean, it's completely on par for gnomes.
Well, yeah.
Nothing is straightforward. Everything is 3 times as complex as it needs to be. The stairways don't move, but we're like just a half a step below that. So yeah, it's. I mean, you can see that there are overlays of catwalks and gangplanks and all these things that make the bridge situation in downtown Pittsburgh look like nothing.
Sure.
The fact that they managed to do this and not have things like completely collide or obstruct each other is a testament.
Trial and error. Many gnomes lost in.
And yeah, you can look down and you can see exactly what happens to the errors.
Uh-huh.
Do you want me to come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me. I've got an idea, but I want to see what everybody else is going to do.
Sell.
I think I may have an ability for this.
Okay.
Now, encouragement is, can, of course, improve everybody's defense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to encourage everybody by reminding them of the time that we were, of course, having to go out into the swamp to protect a bunch of children. And it was dark, it was hazardous, some crazy stuff happened, but we kept our heads, we moved steadily, and we kept an eye on each other. And that's how we're going to make it through this.
Yep.
We should probably use the buddy system. I hate to say it.
Okay.
But everybody should, we should create a chain just in case somebody gets thrown that we can, keep them grounded, keep us from falling off. We just have to make it to the other side. And don't look down, whatever you do.
Okay. Zahar.
Okay, well, now I got 2 options. Thanks. So what Zal just did helps our defense rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? Okay. Well, then I am going to hold on adding to the help defense roll. And instead, I am going to take his advice, reach into my equipment bag, and pull out my 50-foot piece of rope. So we can all tie ourselves to each other.
Okay.
As a chain in case one of us slips.
Okay.
And hold my ability for later time of protecting us all.
Okay. I mean, they will stack.
Okay. But
yep.
I kind of like using the rope.
That's right. Yep. Okay. Tequila, we're back to you.
All right. Whatever I want, whatever it is that we're doing, and especially with taking, I guess, with my defense, whatever, I want to use quick study and learn from repetitive actions, gaining a +1 bonus to rolls for similar tasks after the first time. So I want to learn what the hazards are about the environment and figure out to traverse.
So the problem with quick study is that, as the ability says, it is specifically for when you're doing something over and over again.
Yep.
And this is not that.
Okay. Well, then.
Yeah. Not everyone's
got
going to be
nothing.
able to do something effective in all of these.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I got nothing other
Okay.
than hold on to the damn rope.
Okay. So with the encouragement, that's going to make it a difficulty 3 might defense roll for each of you.
And that's with the ease?
Yeah.
And we have no assets, though, correct?
Correct.
It's just a straight up roll.
Yep. Might defense.
Hold on.
That's good so far.
I'll keep track of that minor effect for just the next minute.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
So Zahar, as you're fighting through this, that whatever energy is making this happen, it just for a flash of a second, you feel like it knows you, and it takes 2 points out of your intellect pool as you feel this thing just draining your brain. I got it.
I think I just dumped 4 new points in it.
But I will say, Zell, for your minor effect, I will say that you can use the rope to get Zahar through the rest of it without having to make any other rolls to make sure that she doesn't slip and fall.
Excellent.
And you move on. Gigantic, steam-hissing pistons, the size of city towers, block the gantries at regular intervals. In the open air, the sound of their release is like a thunderclap that shakes the very scaffolding you stand on. You must time your movement across the exposed spans perfectly, for when these massive locks cycle, they vent plumes of superheated vapor directly into the path, threatening to blast you off the narrow catwalks and into the churning soot clouds of the district. So again, this one is going to be a right. This one is going to be a difficulty 5 speed check, not a defense roll. And this time we'll start with Seraphina. Anything you can think of?
Speed. Okay, I have a crazy thought.
Okay.
Can I use onslaught to basically turn myself around facing backwards and use onslaught, basically the force from it to help speed us up?
So the problem is not just speeding up, it's timing. I will say that you can you can try an intellect roll to see if you can time your onslaughts correctly. If so, if you succeed, then you will give everyone an asset to their speed rolls. If you fail, you are spouting out enough flame, even given where you are, that you will become more noticeable, i.e. the GMI range will go up by 1.
Okay. I'm going to nix that then, because I would like to not draw attention to us.
Fair.
I am not going to, I'm not going to pull a
skill?
Nori and, jump in the GM's face.
Does anybody have any music skill?
Nope.
Nope. Well, I do have, no. Let's see.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't have culture.
Okay.
Howard.
This may be a stretch and may require intrusion to pull off.
Okay.
But I do have the sailing skill. And if one thing that sailors are known for is work songs to time pulling horsehairs and other things.
I love
so
that.
you start hearing the web foot smacking the beat out.
Okay. So I am going to make you make a roll to see if you can actually time the beat right. It's going to be a difficulty 5 intellect roll. You may use sailing as being trained. And if you have anything else you think you can sell me on, I'm listening.
Quick look at. Well, I just rolled up a cipher of remembering.
Okay.
Which allows me to perfectly recall a memory.
Okay.
Which, if I have like a minute or two to watch the timing of the pistons, I'm going to burn that cipher to.
Yep, that will give you an asset that will give you an asset to that roll. Absolutely.
Okay.
So it's difficulty 5. You are trained from sailing, and you have 1 asset for the cipher.
Honestly, well, throw a couple levels of effort into this.
Woo! Nice.
Booyah!
Very nice. Okay. Zahar.
Honestly, I don't know what I got.
Okay.
I guess just taking the moment to focus, center, take out as much of the distractions around as possible, while also whispering, Teak, your people are really fucked up. Whoever designed this needs to be shot.
Yeah, this is straight out of Galaxy Quest with the.
Yep.
Yeah.
Straight on through the choppers.
Whoever wrote this episode needs to be shot. I'm looking at you, Trevor.
And Harewood's going to start singing the shanty.
Okay.
And sort of adapt it to.
Yep. So, Zell and Tequila.
Okay, what's the floor through this area look like? What's it made out of?
It is metal grating, except for where the pistons are operating, where it is solid.
Solid metal?
Yeah. if you can't think of anything, I do have a suggestion that I can give you.
I have one idea. I'm not sure how well it would work.
Go for it.
Instead of trying to run across to improve my ability to stop and start quickly, since I have nice claws, I'm going to kind of scamper forward on all fours, looking remarkably a bit more demon-like than usual, in order to get that thrust forward, skid across, and then stop immediately.
Okay. So that will give you an asset to the roll. Then something pings in the back of your brain that this is timing, this is maneuvers, this is tactics. You know this. So I think if you and Takedo work together, you coming at it from the tactical aspect and him coming at it from the mechanical aspect, I think the two of you could probably devise, especially also working with Howard's song,
to get the exact
because
I imagine the Pistons running what would appear to be fairly random order.
Yep.
Well, and I've got a minor effect, so I rolled an 18, right?
That's not a minor effect. Nope. Minor effect's only on 19.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So I will say this is a difficulty 5 intellect check. You can use tactics, and you will get 1 asset from Takedo.
Okay. 25 tactics. 1 asset. Now let's see.
Nice. Okay.
In case anybody wonders where edge comes in handy.
Yep. Oh, 3 edge is a wonderful thing to have. Love me some 3 edge. Okay, so that means that everyone here has 2 assets to their speed check. I will say, yeah, we'll just make it a straight up speed check. If anyone has any skills that they want to try to sell me on, I'm listening. But you do also have 2 assets, which is the maximum you can get from assets.
I am trained in running.
So here's what I'm going to say for that. If we're making this a running check, we're making it a running check for everyone.
Gotcha.
Including Takedo, who has an inability to run.
Then I won't.
It's like I knew.
You know, I got the ability to go quick and start and stop and stuff.
Yeah.
So. All right, then I will just do a straight speed. No, I suck at it. Bitch, I don't like heights, apparently.
Nope.
Okay.
I will take that.
Okay, very nice.
Add 2 assets.
Yep.
Correct. Okay. Oh, nice. And
Very nice, Zell.
this is speed. Yay.
Okay. So here's what happens. Zahar, the bad news is that trying to get through this thing and failing costs you you take 5 speed damage. The worst news is that you're not through it yet.
Of course not.
However, I will say, now that Takeedle is across, I will let you use running.
Okay.
Because now you've got the timing of it. I'm assuming Howard is still singing and Zell is still shouting out commands, so you still have those two assets. You can now use running to be trained.
Okay. So roll again?
Yep.
Hey!
There it is!
Come on, but I got there.
All right. So, actually, I'm going to call for a description at this point. How does Zahar get stopped the first time around, and how does she reach fuck it, and just kind of run through it, praying, hoping for the best?
She made the mistake of looking where she was putting her feet.
Love it. Okay.
And saw the chasm below. And even the most stalwart are going to find that a bit unsettling.
Daunting.
And so, yeah. And so she kind of did that stumble step that happens.
Mm-hmm.
But feels the pull on the rope that's tying us all together as okay, girl, get your head back into it. You got to get across. And just kind of.
Actually, I'm gonna say because you didn't make it, you have become disconnected.
Okay.
You,
Even more so.
Yeah.
I feel it. The rope snap.
Yep.
Because of the heat and Ember caught it or something.
Well, no, actually it got crushed by the Pistons because everyone else made it through and you had to stop.
Right. And so I feel that, and I'm like, okay, well, now I gotta go.
Okay.
And just I get back into the timing and bolt across.
Okay. Nice.
Yep.
All right. And you keep going. And as you're going through one of the tunnels between levels, you reach a massive reinforced bulkhead that marks the transition between two of the vertical neighborhoods of this district. Unlike an indoor door, this gate is encrusted with frozen slag and soot from decades of exposure to the district's caustic rain. To open it, you must bypass the manual overrides while exposed on a platform that shudders with every gust of sulfurous wind, all while the molten overflow from the crucibles above drips like burning gold through the open air around you. This is this is something that one character can take care of, and it will be a level 6 either might check or melee attack.
Sorry, I spaced out for a second there.
Yeah.
What are we checking?
I
know the might and.
So right now you've come up against a door that is basically encrusted with solidified slag and soot and everything, and it's one of those things where you realize that the easiest way through it is literally through it.
Okay.
It will be a level 6 might check or melee attack.
Okay, this does sound like a job for the Duck of Doom.
Yep.
All right.
Is anyone else doing anything to assist?
Would trying to burn off the extra slag to get some just like the crap off of it make it easier on her to be able to bust through.
I'm going to say no, because anything that you would do to loosen the slag is also going to heat up the door.
And I don't feel like, setting the duck on fire.
Right.
That would be bad.
Yep. Light the door, not the duck.
Yep. That's right. So
Zell, I do think there are a couple of things you can do here to be of use. And as well as Howard, there's something that you can do to make it easier on yourself as
well. Let's see. And he has to do a might. This is going to be a might-based attack on it.
Yep.
Well, I can work on inspire aggression and just basically piss him off before he goes.
Yep.
Yes.
So I'm going to walk over to him, put my arm around his shoulders, and start shit-talking the people who designed this thing. What kind of idiot, short little dumbasses put together a door that they can't even open because it frickin' is right next to the output vent from the frickin' furnace?
I know. The half-men shit where they eat. It's terrible. Ill-tempered, or because I think going full frenzy would probably be a bad thing.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, it would be the easiest way through it.
We just have to calm you down afterwards.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, let's. All right. Let's absolutely lose our shit then. Okay.
Before he goes all Hulk smash on the door, is it safe to assume that the pounding on this door could draw attention?
If you didn't get through it, then possible.
You know what? The way our fucking dice go, I'm going to cast Blessing of the Gods Silence.
Love it! Okay.
So that no noise, regardless of its origin, is louder than a normal speaking.
Okay.
For anyone within an immediate radius of me.
Okay. So what I will say is that will lower the chance of this drawing attention to you from a failure to an intrusion.
Okay. I'm just any little bit we got at this point.
Find your terms acceptable.
And also, all defense rolls that we may have to take for the next minute are lessened.
Okay. So this starts as a difficulty 6.
You get an asset out of me.
Yep. Zell, because this is an attack roll, there's something else you can do too.
I will encourage him as he goes as well.
There you go.
Because I have time to enrage him and then encourage him.
Yep. So
Stanley archived.
Which will this one
eases it by 1 step.
Even eases it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
you get an asset and an easement.
Yep. And with you abandoning the concept of the proportional response.
Yep. So I've got an asset.
Yeah, you get 1 asset, you get eased by 1 step. If you're going full frenzy, then you still have an effort of 2, right?
Yes.
Okay.
An effort of 2.
Edge
of 3, which is 4 now.
Yeah, say 4. So you can spend 1 might point to bring it down another 2 levels, which will bring it, by my math, bring it to a 2.
Okay. Again, this sounds good.
Okay. Nice.
Sun's going down, big guy.
All right. Yeah, so you make it through. This is a difficulty 2 You know what? I think it's just straight up intellect. Nope. Oh, yes. Okay, yes. So yeah, difficulty 2 intellect task to break out of it. And because you are in frenzy currently, you cannot use intellect points.
Correct. Hey, Matt, you remember when you did character creation and you didn't do the optimized flaws because it was more interesting?
You know what?
It is interesting.
I love this character. Okay, I love all these characters, but I love how you build Howard. I really do.
You love these characters. You certainly do not treat them like you like them.
You always hurt the ones you love. There you go. All right. So yeah, you basically barrel through with your hammer. Take a second to calm yourself back down, and you keep going. Suddenly, the industrial roar of the mountain is drowned out by a terrifyingly rhythmic hum that seems to come from all around you. It isn't echoing off the walls, it's vibrating through the iron bones of the district itself. Bluish silver energy of a hue Zahar that you definitely recognize ripples across the miles of interconnected pipes and catwalks, turning the entire outdoor landscape into a giant, humming tuning fork. You can feel your own heartbeat trying to sync with the mountain's mechanical pulse as the air itself grows heavy with the weight of 1 billion calculated souls. This is going to be a difficulty 4 intellect defense. Again, what would everyone like to do? Serafina? Oh, sorry. I looked at you were raising your hand.
No. Oh, no. I was putting my... I'm thinking.
Okay. I mean, Zell and Zahar can certainly pull out your standard ease defense rolls by 1.
Well, has it been more than a minute? Did it take him more than a minute to break through that wall? That door? Because mine lasts for a minute.
Yeah, you could cast it again.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like a once per.
Yeah. Consider it done then.
Yeah, it's because you have enough edge to cover it, you can just keep casting that.
Yeah.
It's a cantrip at this point.
Yeah, consider that.
Yeah.
I'm always.
Okay.
And
Zell's same thing with encouragement.
So, is this something we're just simply trying to endure, or something we're trying to get away from?
It is something that you are trying to endure. This is an intellect defense roll.
Mm-hmm. Keep in mind that hum is now no louder than a normal speaking voice, even if we feel it. Mm-hmm. Sound-wise, it is not overwhelming sound. We just
like when you're at a concert, you can feel the bass like hammering at your rib cage.
Yeah, and
you're at the concession stand. You can't really hear it, but you can feel it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it doesn't matter how many earplugs you have in.
Yeah,
you got the seat just right in the path of the big, huge fucking speakers.
Yep.
Okay, so in addition to my usual defense thing, this is a type of environmental hazard which I believe I have learned how to deal with using through survival. Having to stick through, because in addition to gathering your own food and whatnot, is also surviving in the harsh environment that you happen to find yourself in. And this is a harsh environment I happen to find myself in.
All right, yeah, I'll take it.
So I'm going to see if I can use that to assist everybody and how to deal with that.
No, you can't use it to assist everyone. You can use it for yourself.
All right, fair enough.
Zahar, you could also, because you are also trained in survival.
Well, I also, yeah, and I just realized I'm also trained in extreme heat with resistance because of my birth nature.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have survival.
Yeah, you can use survival skills. Tequedal, these are already being eased by 2, and you are simply practiced in intellect defense.
But here's what I want to do.
Okay.
I want Tequedal to let his ADHD absolutely gallop free through the fields and just start talking. I want him to use chatty, to use his own mental thoughts, audible and physical, in order to try to mitigate the outside.
Okay, I will say that because of the situation that we have, again, you can't get this to where it'll help everybody, but you can use this for an asset on your own roll.
I like it.
Okay. Fina and Howard.
I'm kind of at a loss as to how to.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Like any of these situations where he's got to endure.
Okay.
Howard slips back to the pool the night of the convocation.
Okay.
That's the narrative shorthand for the closed mind, or at least
Okay.
as he literally casts himself back to the calming waters.
Okay.
And just tries to let the noxious stimulation roll off his back like water off a duck.
So yeah, so everyone's rolls are eased by 2, and then if you have if I gave you an asset, you can add an asset.
And I also they get an asset from me for, is it an asset or easement?
Easement for encouragement.
Right. Okay.
Easement. So yeah, that's your and Zahar's abilities are both easing by 1.
This is intellect defense?
Intellect defense.
All right.
What's the initial?
4.
Every roll.
Okay. The GMI range still goes up.
You know what?
and
I don't care at this point. I'm tired of these.
There you go.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so we get an asset. So we get everybody gets an asset.
No, everyone gets eased by 2.
Okay. And
nice.
And I get 1 asset eased by 2.
Okay. Very nice. All right. Howard. Any thoughts on your minor effect?
It extend some of that calmness to ECAT's character, whose name is currently escaping me, which is
Zahar.
really asinine, Zahar. Because of our close bond, so close that I've completely forgotten Zahar.
Love you too, Doc.
Love you too. All right, you knife-eared freak. Listen up. This is how you calm yourself through bad situations. Can I allow her to re-roll without an XP on that? Or is that not a minor effect?
That would be a major effect.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Can I give her an asset if she or I donate a XP to
Don't need to.
re-roll that?
I had XP.
Okay, but can the minor effect be that asset?
Yes.
Okay.
And as you go on, as you navigate the dizzying lattice of catwalks in the smelting district, the industrial roar of steam pipes and grinding gears begins to flatten. The chaotic hiss of sulfur is replaced by a single unwavering hum that vibrates in your teeth. You realize you aren't just walking through a district. You are walking through a calculation that is trying to finish. Seraphina, your fire feels heavy. When you spark a flame, the blue lines on the catwalks flare up to meet it, almost as if they are feeding on the noise of your magic. Your flames don't flicker. They become perfectly still, frozen in a terrifying geometric beauty. However, your eyes catch something, not in the machines, but in the grime. In the places where the gnome's sloppy, handwritten maintenance notes are plastered over the pipes, the blue lines seem to stutter, or even bypass them entirely. The unwritten parts of this world seem to be the only places where the hum loses its focus. Tequila. This isn't just any gnomish tech. You recognize the skeleton of this logic. This has the signature of your family all over it. But it's being forced to run a program it wasn't built for. The system is scanning for anomalies, and it's zeroing in on your gear. You can feel the pulse timing itself to your heartbeat, but you know, gnomish engineering, every machine has a stopgap for when the pressure gets too high. If you can find the oscillator nearby, you might be able to feed it a command it can't resolve, forcing the system to eat its own tail. Zahar. The air here is becoming a cage. The spiritual pressure of Ishun is getting so thick it feels like a physical shell surrounding the party, dampening the life within you. Your blessings feel like they're being pressed into a mold. You can feel the exact boundaries of this invisible environmental, archive. It's a bubble of stagnant air, and it won't let the natural cycle of life and death through. It feels brittle, like a pane of glass under immense tension. And maybe it's just waiting for a forceful enough vibration to make the whole structure shatter. Zell, you've spent your life reading people, but this environment has no tells. It's honest, clinical, and blunt. Your deceptions feel like they're being erased as soon as you can think of them, but even the most perfect song has a tempo. As you watch the blue light ripple across the steam pipes, you realize it isn't a constant glow, it's a pulse. There's a rest between the beats. If you could find the soul of this mechanical rhythm, you could act as a conductor, whispering the timing to the others so they can move during the pauses in the machine's attention. Howard. Oh, Howard. The machine is trying to solve you. You know it could predict your swings before you could make them, making your rage feel like a rehearsed play. Your strength feels like it's being channeled into a narrow, predictable path, but you see the anchors of this district, the massive pylons that keep these catwalks suspended over the abyss. They are the rigid bones that the machine is using to project this field. To a warrior, they just look like the structural rules of the room, so to say. And rules, as you know, are meant to be broken.
Yes.
So here's what we're going to do. We have actually hit the thing that makes it not credit. You should all see up in the upper right corner here a rigidity clock. It is starting at 8. Your objective is to get it to 0. The threat's objective is to get it to 15. What's going to happen? Everyone can try to do something. At the end of every round, the pool will increase by 1 automatically. Anyone that failed a task during the round, will increase by an additional 1. If you use a cipher or an artifact, it will compensate by increasing an additional 1. However, what you do can lower it. Serafina. So I won't necessarily call on you first. You were just the first one in what I wrote.
Yeah,
who has an idea of something they would like to do?
Fortunately, the thing I want to do requires me not to be within immediate range of the party.
What is it?
Using power crash. Because it inflicts damage to my party.
Yep. You could absolutely move a short distance away and try that.
So is this thing complicated enough that it's person-like, has a personality I can understand? Since it seems to have motive.
Yes. Your brain kind of does this overlap thing where you're trying to interpret the rhythm of the pulses as almost like reading someone's heartbeat, reading their stress level, so on and so forth.
So for my first action then is I'm going to use understanding on it.
Okay.
So it's just going to observe it, figure out what its rhythm actually is, figure out what its tone and its frequency and everything, so I can figure out where to strike next.
Okay. So I will allow you to either use that asset for yourself for your next action, or you can give it to someone else.
I was just thinking that I could totally give that to Zahar.
There you go.
Along with some encouragement, since it's an attack.
It is an attack, that's right. So Zahar,
when she starts walking, it's okay. Here's
Yep. So Zahar, your attack is eased by 1, and you have 1 asset. But it is still a power crash attack.
Okay. And can I add my 2 levels of effort on top of that easement? So I can have it in ease by 3?
Yeah. Well, it's
okay.
It's still eased by 1 asset and 2 levels of effort, but at the end of the day, it still comes down to a 0 if you don't want to roll.
I don't want to roll.
Okay.
We have seen my rolls today.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, that decreased the clock by 2, and you can kind of feel the reverberations through the environment here, and you think that you've made things easier for everyone else.
Okay.
Not necessarily ease them, but you've made it less severe for the next few seconds.
Out of curiosity,
yes.
Because I have charged my weapon before I did that, because I need to have to in order to do the power crash, does the power around us seem to have become aware of my power? Or did I sneak it in because I am in my bubble of protection went with me?
Yeah,
because it has to go with me.
Yeah. I will say that because of that, and because you got it down to a point where you didn't need to roll. You are relatively sure that you snuck that one under the radar. Chiquito, Seraphina, and Howard, what are you guys doing this round?
I want to tweak the crystal onto that working of the machine.
Okay.
Away from the gear right now to find the flaw. Find the weak point.
Find the problem,
and
as it were.
Find the Yeah, there's your problem.
There's your problem.
There's your problem.
Yes.
And like focusing all of that knowledge and like intensifying it through the crystal projecting into the machine.
Okay. Go ahead and make a there's your problem roll.
And level of effort.
Nice.
I'll take it.
Okay. We have Seraphina and Howard left.
This actually, you in your description sort of boiled it down to, these pylons, and they are the enemy's stability. The sort of almost verbatim call out in the player intrusions for warriors is the weapon break. So going to essentially, like Taquito, look for that flaw because these are the support structures. They're under a whole lot of stress.
Okay.
And metal fatigues.
Yep. If you want to make it a player intrusion, we can absolutely say that you find the flaw and bash one of the pylons.
Yep.
Okay.
Seraphina's going to take a cue from Howard and be like, okay, I can't do it physically, but heated metal will collapse.
Okay.
It will become unstructurally sound. So I'm going to onslaught one of the other pylons.
Okay. I need you first to make a difficulty 4 intellect roll.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Too many things to click on and only the one screen.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. So you can feel as you summon the fire for your onslaught, you can actually feel that whatever is at work here, whatever is governing this, it actually wants to take your fire as additional power. You manage to wrest it back under your control. So now I need you to make a your onslaught roll.
And don't forget, you get used for my encouragement.
Yep. Nice. Okay. Okay.
I respond to what the amorphous, whatever the fuck it is, with mine.
Yep. Okay, so that is so your action doesn't actually reduce the pool any, but because it so normally you would have prevented it from increasing by 1 because you succeeded. However, between Tikidal and Zahar, you've managed to woogie the wavelengths enough that it actually doesn't increase at all this round. And we're back at the top of whatever order we're in. Who would like to go next?
How has my trajectory changed, sort of reprogramming the crystal, as it were?
You've got it where you've probably got the crystal about as well tuned as you could. So continuing to do that will not help
you. Right.
However, there's a lot of machinery here. There's a lot of programming here, and you also have noticed, the areas where the blue silver energy seems to be avoiding.
So I would like to start to tinker.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we can call this another there's your problem roll. Because you're tinkering and you have a toolkit, you can add an asset for the toolkit. And I believe with your free level of effort, or with your edge worth of effort, that would get it down to a 0. There's your problems too. Yep. 1 asset for the toolkit and one level of effort. So yeah, you continue just flummoxing this thing.
Yep.
So now that I'm getting, to better understand how it's working, it is actively trying to work against us, correct?
Yes.
Wonderful. I'm going to start trying to disincentivize it and hinder its actions.
Okay.
Because I have plenty to disincentivize it with. It's starting to fail to do anything to us.
So that does not take your action, but it is still a roll. So I need you to make a difficulty 4 roll.
Let's see.
Intellect.
Yeah. It's intellect. Easement, and what else have I got? And I do not still have an asset because I'd have to do understanding again.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, and it's also not an attack, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that worked.
So that, like I said, that is not your action, but now it's basically, its difficulty is decreased by 1 level for the rest of this round.
So Zahar, you got to, you want to take another crack at it?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to continue with, now that my understanding is getting even better, I'm going to continue working on her with that.
Yep. Okay. So I realized that I actually should have had you roll for that last time.
Okay.
No, Zell should have rolled for it. So yeah, it's now difficulty 3 because you've already disincentivized it.
For understanding?
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so I think
so 1 easement, 1 asset.
Yep. I think for the disincentivize, because it doesn't actually have a personality as such that you can target, But what you can do is like start to set up counter rhythms. That leaves Howard, Fina, and Zahar.
I again do the power crash to break up the issue and energy as best I can.
Okay. Difficulty 3, and you still have encouragement on, so you get it eased by 1. You get an asset from Zell, and if you want to put in a level of effort, that'll bring it down to 0.
I will do so.
Now, I know Power Crash has a cost. 3 intellect. So basically that takes your 3 edge. So if you want to put the level of effort in, that will cost you 3 additional intellect points. Or you can roll it at a difficulty 1.
Let's roll it just for this one time.
Okay.
You said it's difficulty 1.
Well, so it's set at difficulty 3. But you are eased by 1 and you have 1 asset.
Okay. Then I'm going to throw another level of effort in because I have effort.
Well, so that's what I was saying. The power crash itself costs 3 intellect points.
Right.
So using that and putting in a level of effort would cost a total of 6.
Ah, okay.
Minus your 3 edge. Yeah, basically using the power crash uses up all of your edge for this action.
Gotcha. Okay, so all right, I am not understanding what number do I put in effort to ease?
Do you want to use effort?
See, if you want it to cost you 3 intellect at the end of it,
and
use effort.
And succeed.
If not,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do the 1.
Okay. Well,
Marcus. That's it. I'm not rolling any more tonight. I don't care. Kill me. I'm not rolling anymore tonight.
So this asset. So you didn't have the eased by 1 additional. So we will call that you brought it down to a 0 because you used the effort. So
yeah, I used effort.
Yeah, you've docked yourself the 3 intellect, but you don't get the GM intrusion because you didn't actually roll. And that brings the clock all the way down to 0. As the last of the rigidity drains away, the clinical hum that has been vibrating in your teeth steps like a glass wire. The suffocating perfection of the smelting district collapses. The blue-silver lines bleeding across the catwalks retreat back into the steam pipes, and the heavy, metallic air suddenly feels breathable again. For a moment, the industrial roar of the forge returns, the sloppy, beautiful, uncalculated noise of steam hissed through leaky valves and the clatter of loose gears. You found the unwritten path. Seraphina, your fire flickers with its natural, unpredictable warmth once more. Takedo, the scanning sensation on the back of your neck, vanishes. Zahar, the spiritual shell around you, shatters, leaving you back in the life of the world. Zell, you feel your silver tongue loosen as the room is no longer auditing your words. And Howard, the pylons you struck are no longer projecting order, and your strength feels like your own again. Through the clearing haze of sulfur and soot, you see the lopsided neon sign of the fossil and gear flickering in the distance. You move towards it. For now, ghosts in a machine that has forgotten you exist. We get to the fossil and gear. You climb the rickety ladder and push into the tavern proper, a space carved into the hollow of a petrified gargantuan cog. The walls are curved, ribbed with ancient brass, and bathed in the flickering orange hunger of gaslights. In the shadow of the curved booths, several miners, mostly gnomes, are huddled together. Their bodies racked with pain, their bones vibrating with a sickening audible click as they sink to the mountain's rhythm. Zell, as you scan the room, your eyes lock on the figure behind the bar. Even with the filed-down horns and the years of soot, you would know that figure anywhere. This is Cord Thalric. Back in Culva, he was your most reliable and most expensive informant. He was a fiend of House Thalric, who traded the secrets of the high houses for your imperial coin. It was a cold, professional agreement. You provided the gold that funded his lifestyle, and he provided the intelligence that kept your operations clean. But when you were burned, and everything fell into chaos, the coin stopped. The protection vanished. You figured he probably had to run, but you never quite got around to finding out if he made it out. Cord freezes, a dirty rag gripped in his hands. His head tilts and a crude clockwork eye whirs and clicks as it focuses on you, its aperture narrowing in disbelief. I spent 2 years and a small fortune in bribes to convince myself that you were rotting in a Calvin trench. I changed my name, I buried my life, and I moved into a hole in the wall just to make sure I didn't end up on a cleanup list because of you. He slowly sets the rag down, his voice dropping to a gravelly, dangerous whisper. And now I'm looking at an honest-to-goodness ghost. You're supposed to be dead, Zell. Dead men don't walk into bars. And then the do don't come dragging the Empire's filthy goons behind them.
I was almost dead. I made it out of there by the skin of my teeth and the point of my horns. That Empire tried to wipe me out so bad. There's only one reason I made it, and she's with me right now. We have the same enemy, remember that. And I'm here to try to take care of them.
Yeah?
At least here, yes.
So what brings you waltzing back into my little...
My good friend here, pat Taquito on the back, is looking for something.
He stops, and he kind of studies Taquito for a second. You can see his clockwork eye whirring. And then he freezes and his jaw drops a little bit. Taquito, he eyes you with a mixture of pity and dread. That's who I think it is. You've not only lost your edge, Zell, you've lost your mind. Quendel has every imp she can grab scouring the place for this one. Not to mention her own, and at this he shivers unconsciously, people. If they find him, they won't arrest him. They'll plug him in.
And I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen. All of us are very wanted right now.
Yeah?
We have struck more than one telling blow, and we have very much drawn the attention of the one who's in charge of it all. So do you want to help us take him down? Or do you want to just keep running? Be a cog in the machine. We used to do great things, and we still can. You aren't meant to be ordinary. You know that. What makes you special is still poking out of your head right now, just like me. We aren't destined for ordinary lives. We aren't destined to be ordinary people. We're supposed to be something special, and you still are. Do you want to take this down? Do you want to pay back all the people who took everything away from you?
I'm looking at one. So tell me, what promise can you make that if things go sideways, you're not just going to run again, leave me in the dirt?
Well, I can certainly take you with me. I have places I can take you to that are way, way better than this. Do you want a life of intrigue? Do you want a life of quiet? I can arrange for that. Either way. There's a door up top. We walked in it, and we're going to walk right out of it again. And none of these goons around here are going to stop us.
Right. I would like you, please, to make a difficulty 5 persuasion check. Actually, before you do that, Zahar, you are looking around and you can see that the miners in these booths, some of them have that glassy-eyed stare. Some of them don't. And the ones that don't, you see just looks of insane pain on their faces. Whatever they're doing in the mines is completely wrecking their body. And you might be able to do something about that.
I walk over to probably the nearest one.
Okay.
And pretend to stumble into him.
Okay.
Place my hand on him as if I'm catching myself. Oh, so sorry. And I cast Blessing of the Gods.
Okay. Make me a difficulty 2 deception roll. This does fall under all social interactions.
Great.
But it is an intellect task, so you can put that level of effort in. Nice.
Look at that! I finally succeeded a roll.
Yay!
All right.
All right.
And Cord takes note of this. So you finally got yourself a group of people that cares more about just their own skins?
No, we don't just care about ourselves. We're trying to fix the whole thing. We've seen it now. The thing that I have now that I didn't have before is perspective on what's happening elsewhere. I have walked from end to end of this continent. I know what's happening.
You can go
I'm not
ahead
in it just for myself.
You can take an asset on that roll from Zahar's helping out the miners. Would anyone else like to do anything to try to give Zell a second asset on this roll?
I don't know anything that I can do.
Okay.
Pretty sure I can make it worse. But,
Yes.
I haven't taken any of my recovery rolls yet, so I'm going to put a little extra effort into this one.
Okay.
And that makes the final difficulty 0.
Nice.
So do I have to click the roll button for that?
No. You just have to, if you do, I think it's Alt. We'll change the roll dialogue or the roll icon to a pay icon.
Let's see.
Or no, if you go into the...
Oh, no, there's a button that says pay.
Pay, yeah. There you go. Yep.
Don't say I can't persuade people with what they want to hear.
He thinks for a second, takes a long pause. His gaze goes everywhere except you. And he's kind of looking off to his right a little bit, that 1,000-yard stare. He puts his hands in. He's actually wearing a blacksmith's apron. as a bartender's apron.
Nice.
And you can see that he looks away. He puts his hands into two of the pockets in the apron. He smiles just a bit. He nods. He reaches under the bar's copper-plated tap and brings out a heavy metal-bound book, bound in thin etched zinc. He slams it on the table. That woman trusted me to keep her records, but I'm tired of smelling the ink. This book, this is the receipt for every soul she's fed into her engine. At this point, he pauses and he regards you with kind of a pained expression. One way or another. You have the Ledger of Reclamations. Who's reading through it?
Book. Gimme.
Fair?
Fina.
As you read the ledger, your eyes travel over the names of hundreds of gnomes on dozens of pages, each of them with a date, and most of them notated in deep red ink with the word processed. Then there are a few that are marked differently. And Takedo, I'm going to say that you are probably looking, well, I guess, under her shoulder. These are the ones that make your blood freeze. To Camel Takelwerk, 14 days ago. Requisitioned acoustic engineer. Status integrated. To Koodle Takelwerk, 11 days ago. Requisitioned structural stabilizer. Status integrated. To Kuna Takelwerk, 8 days ago. Requisitioned void liaison. Status integrated. Tacoma Takelwerk, 3 days ago. Requisitioned harmonic buffer. Status integrated. And finally, the one entry that has no date. Takedo Takelwerk. Requisition primary oscillator. Status pending. Ray, do us a favor and take us inside Takedo's brain right now. You've just seen 4 other people with your surname, only one of whom you had any idea existed, and that was just earlier today. How is Takedo feeling? What's he thinking?
Not peachy. We'll start there. The mental, emotional, psychic, and psychological journeys that this party has led Takedo through completely without Takedo knowing it, which is odd, but it's actually been honing a tool.
Okay.
There's the incident in Kosh. There's the incident in the swamp. There's the incident at the cradle. And I'm sure a good handful of others where feelings and indescribable but present memories have been stirred, have been identified, but without the ability of expression. Takedo reads the first name, having already been primed by hearing his cousin Tacoma. And just like when he saw the image of Quendel, names, memories begin to take shape. And the feelings and little nudges that Tequila's had ever since he was a child, being raised with no knowledge whatsoever of his lineage, the extent of the breadth of his lineage, starts to take form. Yeah. Nodes, sources, inspirations, almost seemingly jumping over, hopscotching over his father and their fathers. And like lights stations at a, I don't know, skyscraper, something, the beacons of light start to point upwards to form, to unify at the point of Urtik. He doesn't know that yet. But now he knows. He knows he has family, and he understands still without being able to express. But he, as soon as like he realizes the magnitude of this realization, his body slammed through the granite floor with what's happened. And again, he has no means of expression.
And
I have a question for the GM.
Yes.
What does integrated imply?
You have no idea.
Fuck.
Doesn't sound good.
Yep. So you do see
but it
that
doesn't necessarily sound final. There are definite Borg vibes going on
yeah.
here.
You see that everyone else in the ledger has a status of processed.
Right, and process could definitely mean literally chewed up and spit out.
Yep.
But integrated, and especially with the skill sets employed, they are being used as cogs, as tools for a larger, sinister purpose. And that, being an engineer, is the one thread of hope that Tequila dares hang on to.
Okay.
If Tequila has the book, he either sets it down or absently just hands it to whoever's next to him and just takes that 18-inch drop and just sits on the floor.
Okay.
Staring blankly, no idea where to go immediately.
And as you sit with that, the amber gas lights don't just flicker, they die. A sub-zero frost crawls across the brass ribs of the tavern walls, turning the spilled ale on the floor straight into ice. Cord looks a little nervously at you. Hide the book. They're here. The front door.
I hide into my robes.
The front door doesn't burst open, it simply vaporizes into a cloud of sparkling ice crystals and pearlescent dust. You hear Cord whisper under his breath, "A purifier." It is a 7-foot-tall horror of seamless eggshell white porcelain. There are no joints, no bolts, no physical gears. No visible gears, excuse me. It moves with a liquid, terrifying grace, its feet hovering an inch above the floorboards. Its face is a smooth, featureless mask, save for a single vertical slit that exhales a constant freezing mist. But it's the glow that truly haunts the room. A throbbing, very familiar bluish silver light radiating from within its hollow chest, turning the tavern into a high-contrast nightmare, where every shadow is razor-sharp and every surface is blindingly white. And I'm going to need you all to roll initiative.
I'm hindering my ability by 1.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Howard?
Just chirping on the interface.
Yep, there
Give
you
me
go.
a sec.
Okay. So, now, 1, 2. You see there we go. It is currently at short range.
Okay. Sorry, had to step away for just a second.
Yep.
Okay. So I am first.
Okay.
Or no, I'm
And
second.
Howard, you got a minor effect. So I will say that you can act with an asset on whatever you're going to do.
Okay. The question is smashy or try and get clever here? Because saw that the spilled beer froze, right?
Yep. Not enough to make it really treacherous, just enough for flavor, so to speak.
Right.
Especially if we have to lick the floor after
Right.
getting beaten up.
Yeah.
Ew.
Just thinking if I can use that the freezing effect to my advantage or not, or if I should stop trying to get clever and just try and beat its head in. It's basically featureless helmet with a vertical slit in it.
Yes, and the slit is exhaling a freezing mist. But what strikes you as probably will be more of a problem is the intensely bright light that is coming from its chest.
Okay. I guess what I'm debating is grab a beer and toss it to the slit to see if it can gum up the works, or just start haul off and whacking it. Input from the rest of the team, or should I just, again, stop trying to be clever?
It's made out of porcelain. It seems like this would be an ideal time to hit it with something hammer or axe shaped to see what happens.
All right. Stop trying to hit it and hit it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So you're going to move into its range. Yep. If you're going to also try to attack, I assume you're frenzying as well.
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. So I need you, if you're going to move and attack, I need you to first make a difficulty 4 speed check. You have an asset you can use sometime on this turn, on your turn, but I will tell you that assuming you succeed at this, this is not the only roll you will be making.
All right. Let's give this a try.
Okay, nice.
That works.
Now, I need you to make a difficulty 5 intellect defense roll, as you are now close enough to this thing that it is blindingly bright.
This is where I'd like to use the asset.
Okay. Why did it say you had an asset on the stat roll?
No.
That-
I used effort on that, or I thought. I did.
Doesn't matter. You didn't need it anyway, so I'll say you still have it.
I would like to use a level of effort on this.
Okay.
Too.
Nice. Okay. So now you can make your attack roll against difficulty 6.
Hooray! That at least I've got a free level of effort, essentially.
Yep.
That connects.
Okay. It's hurt a little bit. Most of what you feel you put into it gets the force gets reflected back at you. It looks like you did a little bit of damage past its armor, but not a whole lot. This thing is stacked.
It's mighty, just letting it all hang out.
Yep. Tina.
Okay. I don't know if this thing actually has any sort of mental capacity, but we're going to try to find out.
Okay.
By using the mind form of onslaught.
Okay. That will be difficulty 6.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes, I will totally take that.
Okay. Don't forget to click the coins to get your points back. Do you want the 4 points of damage, or do you want the major effect? I will tell you before you make that choice that yes, this will affect it.
Okay. I want to give it like the most obnoxious, blinding headache so that it cannot think, and therefore will hopefully make it easier for everybody else to attack them.
Okay. So, yeah, what you can do is you can yeah, because 1 round is a minor set. You can basically hinder him by 1 step for the rest of the fight.
I will take that.
Okay. And then, yes, you also have the 2 points that bypass his armor. You feel there's something in there. It's not, you wouldn't call it human or even humanoid, but there's some kind of biological core in there. Alas, now it goes. And it's going to look right at Howard, because you're there. I need you, and it's going to, it reaches up one of its hands, and some more of that blue silver light comes out of its hand almost into a scimitar, and it attempts to slash down on you. I need you to make a difficulty 5 speed defense roll. I'm sorry, difficulty 4, because he's hindered. Nice. All right, so how about this for a minor effect? If you stay in immediate range with him, you will not have to remake the blindness check.
Works for me.
Okay. So this thing comes down. You twist out of the way at the last second and kind of end up, about 45 degrees from behind it. And this thing, when the energy blade smashes into the ground, you can see, first of all, the floor cracks. You can see fingers of ice come out from where this thing hit the ground or hit the floor. And the floor does not look in a good way. You're very glad you got out of the way of that. So.
All right. I am going to encourage everybody to ease their attack.
Okay.
Since its attack seems to be a little hindered, let's just make it a little easier to beat the snot out of it before it looks at me and decides I'm them next.
Okay. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
This makes the Har's life easier.
Yep. So, the Har. Make me a difficulty 2 intellect check. I forget. Do you have magic training?
No.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. I mean, you can spend an XP to re-roll it. You have 6.
Will that fuck with the GM thingy intrusion thing?
No.
Okay, then yes, I will. There we go.
So, yes, you could attempt to just keep hitting it. You could also, if you charge your sword, you could probably use the dark energy of the sword to counteract the light.
Okay. Then I will do that instead of doing a blessing of the gods protection.
Okay.
Because we need to see in order to defend.
Yep.
So I will do that. I will pull the scimitar, whisper the word, and activate it.
Okay. I am going to say that you will need to get in immediate range of it in order to do that.
Take a step forward.
Yep. So yeah, you are now. Okay. And that brings it to not that one. Yes, I want this one. Tequila. You're kind of shocked out of your stupor by the sounds of combat and the rumbling of the floor as this thing hit it with whatever energy magic doohickey it has.
Is going to scurry under a nearby table.
Okay.
And I want to tinker with, in my bag of light tools,
Okay.
my 1 meter of metal.
Yep, that's stuff.
Speech therapy. 1 meter of metal wire.
Okay.
Nails, and in all, basically in an attempt to create something that can be whipped into it and short it.
Okay. Make me a difficulty 5 intellect tinkering check.
Dinka, dinka, dinka. And putting in 2 levels of effort.
Okay, and you can also get an asset from your toolkit.
Done.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah, you have a thing. And we're back to Howard, round 2.
Okay, how badly damaged is the ground?
The floor is certainly cracked. It is so the floor is, it looks like it is made of like slate flagstone. Where this thing hit it, you can see there's enough of a crevice taken out that you can see that there is metal flooring underneath.
Okay. Because the thought here is blow another XP on a warrior intrusion and try and Gandalf this fucker. Because attacking it directly isn't working, but blasting the floor out from under its feet and letting it drop might be more effective.
Okay.
Because this is all happening within seconds.
Yeah.
So it slashes, he ducks, sort of steps in and under it slightly, not all the way behind him, but to the side, sees the sword go down as everybody else is doing stuff, and is like, maybe I can use that. And is
so you can do that as a player intrusion. However, you will need to make a speed defense roll to keep yourself from getting stuck with it.
okay.
Because as you narrated it, you're basically like right under its legs.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Spend an XP.
Yep.
And I need you to make a difficulty. Yeah, make it a difficulty 4 speed defense.
Okay.
And Zell, were you encouraging their defense or their attack?
Attack.
Okay.
So that should ease it by 1.
Nope, this is a defense roll.
Oh, the defense roll. Nope.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, the player intrusion is that you are able to do what you want to do to the floor.
Yeah. No, my ass invoked Khazad-dûm, gonna have to roll with it.
Okay.
And if I do any effort on this, it's going to drop the speed to 0. So
Yeah, that would be bad. Didn't need it.
however, that roll would be good.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you smash through the floor. Kind of despite himself, Zell, you can hear Cord shout, "You're gonna have to pay for that." And yeah, so this is not there is no basement under this, but you made enough of a hole that basically it's going to have to spend its next turn essentially standing up from prone. So you basically have cost it its turn. And we go to Seraphina.
So I see him doing the wobble wobble dance on the edge of this now, open chasm.
No, it's not. It's honestly, it's not a chasm. It's probably, well, for Howard it might be. It's about, from what you would guess, Fina, it's probably about waist deep on you. But it's enough that because this thing is like gliding, it's basically going to have to spend its turn moving up and out of the thing.
So
yeah.
I can switch my onslaught over to physical and try to, instead of
The
it
mental
being
worked really well, though.
true. Yeah, I'll try to keep him busy.
Okay. All right. So that's, he's hindered by 1 because of the major effect. He's hindered by another 1 because of being stuck. So that will make this a difficulty 4 onslaught check.
Eased by 1.
And you're eased by 1 because of the encouragement.
I always like to encourage my friend.
Yep. And I will remind you that you can also put effort into damage as well as attack roll.
Yes. Level damage for to hit. A couple levels for that. Yes.
Nice.
There we go.
Okay. So this is, let's see. Okay. So yeah, so that's, so the base damage is 2 instead of 4 because you're using the Mind Slice. However, you do, yeah, and all of that obviously gets through its armor. Oh. There we go. I mean, that, you can see that absolutely rocked it. It doesn't look like it is anywhere close to being defeated, but that, yeah. You actually see, as that happens, you can see a couple of sparks of the blue silver energy come out from actually kind of come out from the mist hole in its face, almost looking like the magical equivalent of a bit of a short circuit.
Okay.
But yeah, you this gives a whole new meaning to letting the magic smoke out. Okay? It spends its turn getting out of the thing, and that makes it Zell's turn.
I am not going to argue with success, so I am going to continue encouraging my friend's attack.
Okay. Do you want to also disincentivize it since it is, since that is an enabler?
Absolutely.
Okay. I will need you to make, because it's already hindered by 1. Yeah, I will need you to make a difficulty 4 roll for that disincentivize roll.
Oh.
Nope. Okay. But are you still encouraging attack or are you encouraging defense?
Still encouraging attack.
Okay. Zahar, you can continue to use your action to basically not counteract all of the light, but counteract some of it. Basically anyone within immediate range of this has to make a normally difficulty 5 intellect defense roll or be blinded, which means that all their tasks are hindered by 2 steps. It's hindered by 1 because, from the nature of fact, you're using your action eases that roll by an additional 2 steps. So if you use your action to take that blind roll from a 4 to a 2.
You know what Serafina is doing seems to be working.
Okay.
So I'm going to continue to do that for now.
Okay.
So here's a question,
Okay.
GM. Having activated the scimitar, it's still going. It's not I don't constantly have to use it, but
Correct.
standing, I'm assuming. Can I use an action on myself and just do a healing roll while still keeping this sword activated to counteract the light?
No, you're basically having to focus the energy of the sword into that particular task.
Gotcha. Okay. Then I will continue to do that.
Okay. Tekeedle, you have your makeshift grappling spike. I don't know.
Yeah. So the thing is prone?
No. It spent its turn getting basically out of the hole, so it is now standing on relatively solid floor again.
Okay. Is there still mist
coming
out of the slit?
Yes.
Okay. Tekeedle takes his little spike rope.
Okay.
And whoa. And that is like the only breach of its outer hull, correct?
Yeah, that is the only split in the armor that you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Which you actually find it really weird because it's moving.
Oh yeah.
And this armor, it has the color and the visual texture of porcelain.
Yeah.
But as this thing is moving, you can see that the armor itself is kind of flowing over the skeletal structure as it moves.
Okay. I want to use my burst of speed cipher.
Okay.
And play Luke Skywalker with it being an AT-AT. I want to find a way to either just basically quickly wrap the thing around either its legs or its body, and then use what little time I have to continue with my speed to rake across its armor.
Okay, so you're not trying to
damage
trip it.
it.
You're basically trying to like
I'm
inverted
trying to do
buzzsaw.
whatever.
Huh?
I'm trying to, whether it's immobilize, whether it's damage the armor,
Okay.
just
All
this
right.
is a multitasker tool.
Yep. Okay. So I need you to make. This is going to be. It is going to be, unfortunately for you, a difficulty 5 running check.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that you can use the asset from Zell's encouragement.
Okay.
Or the easing from Zell's encouragement. To basically counteract your inability in running.
All right. So it's an ease by 1?
Yes, but you're using the running skill.
Yeah, with where I have an inability.
Yep. Okay.
And that's that because this is stop it. There we go. Oh yeah. Well, fuck it. What did I do? Okay. All right. And throwing in 2 levels of effort.
Okay. Okay. There's 3 and you just got it. So, I will say that you've tangled it up a little bit, and it will be hindered by 1 additional step until your next turn.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Yes. What's the status of the spiky rope?
It has been consumed.
Okay.
It is currently wrapped around its legs.
Mm-hmm.
But even if the thing were to fall over right now, you doubt you could get it back in any kind of usable condition.
Okay.
Howard. So now this thing is.
You mentioned something about it. Even if it fell over now, could I help it with that?
I mean, you could. You.
Back to the hole with you.
As in, you want to use your action to try to just bowl it over.
Bowl it over, drop kick it. Like, oh, you stood up. That's so cute. Look, my good friend Tequila just wrapped this thing around your legs.
Okay, so I will say, if you do a normal attack, then a major or minor effect will have him fall prone because he's tangled. Okay. You can do just a
or tickled.
You can basically do just like a shoulder slam, which won't do any damage, but for sure we'll be able to knock him over if it succeeds.
Okay, yeah, I'll just take the shaft of the mace and just hockey check him down. So essentially doing the shoulder barge, but with a hard object. Yep. So,
Yeah, so you don't break your shoulder against this thing.
Yes, basically.
Okay. So that is a total of difficulty 4, and you are eased by 1 from encouragement.
difficulty 4 is...
That's not counting
Fact-
the easement. That's with its
Okay.
2 hindrances.
Okay, simple might roll or an
No,
attack?
this is an attack.
Okay.
So
Just
so you also get an easement from me.
yep. So I mean, you can do it as a simple might roll.
No.
We're counting it as an attack, and it'll just do no damage.
Fair enough. So eased or assets?
Eased by 1. And remember, you do have 3 might edge, so you can put in one level of effort without spending anything. Okay. So yeah, he is prone. Not only will he once again have to spend his turn standing up, but he will actually have to I'll make that decision when it comes to his turn. Fina.
I'm just gonna keep just cranking up the mother of all headaches.
Okay. So it's hindered by. All right. So yeah, you're bringing the difficulty down to a 3, and then you get eased from the encouragement.
Okay, so oh,
Are you going to take it, or are you going to reroll?
I'm gonna reroll.
Okay.
There we go. I slipped on the beer.
Yep. However, that does still increase the intrusion range. So yep, so that's another 5 points. Yeah, it's not looking real good. It is going to spend its turn. Nope. Gotta do one. Tick intrusion. Okay. Not only does it get to its feet, but it also snaps through the rope. Now you're definitely not getting it back. But that does take up his turn. Zell.
All right, I am going to continue to encourage everyone's attack. That is so far working out.
Okay.
And I will attempt to disincentivize it.
Okay.
Because I very much don't want it whacking my friends either.
Yes, it's a difficulty 4 disincentivize roll. There we go.
Boom, he hindered.
Yep.
Yeah, stay down, motherfucker. Oh. Yeah, slowly crawl out of that hole, motherfucker.
All right. That brings it to Zahar.
I'm just going to keep doing what I've been doing.
Okay. Tequila.
Hey, are you terrified beyond all rational thought at the moment?
Whole stunned out of what Tequila just went through has kind of disassociated him from the imminent danger
Okay.
that this dude's supposed to portray. So Tequila gets curious and scans it.
Okay. Okay, scan here. Always reveals the level. Okay. So, okay. So this thing is you know for certain that it is a level 5 creature. I will have you let's make a scan roll with no set difficulty, so give me a second because I'll dig back down to that. Yep. Just make a straight up scan roll, and we'll see what difficulty you beat, and that'll be how much you get on it.
All right.
Beats difficulty 1. All right. So for 1, I will give you that it has 5 points of armor. Howard.
Yeah, I think Howard's getting a little frustrated at this point.
Okay.
Because he keeps knocking it down. It keeps getting up again. This is not a Chumbawamba song.
Right.
That's
You're
where
in
I
a
was
bar.
going.
Yeah, same. And now
well,
I'm
you know,
earwormed. Thank you.
my gift to you. So I think he's going to lose his rag a little bit.
Okay.
And rage, yeah.
Okay.
Can't remember if that's an action or an enabler.
That's an enabler.
Okay. So I can just
flip that switch and
click
then
on it. Yep.
Okay. And you're just gonna wail on it?
Yep.
Okay. That is difficulty 4, and again, you are used by an additional 1 because of Zell's encouragement. Oh, actually, I do, however, before you do that, 4, 3, 2, okay. I need you to make a difficulty 1, I believe it's intellect defense. Yeah. Well, intellect defense, which you have a closed mind, so you succeed in that automatically.
Okay.
So we're back to a difficulty 4 attack.
Yep. Eased by 1 because of Zell.
Mm-hmm.
Is 1 level of effort to hit and another level of effort to up the damage if I connect.
Yep. Love it. Which you do. Woo-hoo!
Oh, damn.
Duck mad.
Smash. Duck is tired of this thing.
Yep.
I
So,
said, stay down.
you rear back. You are seeing nothing but red at this point. You bring your hammer down. It falls to the ground. The chest plate shatters. You can see a brass. It feels like it's heart, but it's covered in brass and clockwork. We're going a little General Grievous here as a parallel, and you just reach in and rip the thing out, and it falls. The light fades. The silence that follows its collapse is heavy. The only sounds you hear are the hiss of the cooling porcelain and the frantic breathing of the patrons. With the purifier shattered into silver mist, Cord kicks a hidden lever behind the bar. A section of the floor, built from the Leviathan's jawbone, groans and slides away to reveal a cargo lift, a cage of rusted iron and humming brass cables. They'll felt that all the way to the top of the shaft. We have maybe 3 minutes before the Sovereign Sentinels seal the entire low district. The cargo lift, move! He looks at Tikidal, and for the first time, the cynicism in his amber eyes is replaced by a cold, leaden seriousness. You are a pretty hot commodity if her Fantastitude sent one of her purifiers after you. But neither she nor the Incoons know about this. It's a straight drop into the maintenance guts of the forge. Just you and the machine. He turns to Zell. He sighs, and his shoulders relax just a little. And you crazy-ass motherfucker. If I ever see you again, I'm like to end you myself. He grabs the back of your head and pulls your forehead to his and says softly, Now you make sure I get that chance, you hear?
Absolutely.
As you step into the lift, the gates hiss shut. The descent isn't a drop, it is a violent extraction. Your ears pop painfully, and the heat of the forge is replaced by a damp, ancient chill. You aren't just going down, you're going back in time, to the foundations the mountain was built on. The lift is so fast, even a slow, gradual deceleration turns your innards upside down momentarily. As it comes to a stop, you are in total darkness as you hear the gates hiss back open. When Seraphina summons light, what greets you will have to wait until our next episode. Ladies and
That's
gentlemen,
good, because they'll just peed himself a little.
right? Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 8 of chapter 2 of Echoes of the Undying. Again, this one was The Red in Your Ledger, which I hope makes more sense now. We are going to get out of here, take a quick break, do our after show, which will be up on YouTube tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Once again, you know, we do this to have fun. We hope you are having fun watching us. If you are, tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell your enemy's enemies, make them your friends, who cares? We're doing this. We hope that anyone who's coming along for the ride with us is having fun too. But in the meantime, for Matt, Julie, Ray, Patrick, and ECAT, I am Trevor, the Vitruvian Meeple. Good night, everyone.